The Nevada Gaming Control Board has filed a disciplinary complaint against Resorts World. The hotel is accused of damaging the reputation of Nevada and its gaming industry. A 31-page complaint was filed today. The board claims Resorts World and its parent companies allowed a culture that welcomed certain individuals with suspected or actual ties to illegal bookmaking, histories of federal convictions related to illegal gambling, and ties to organized crime. In a statement to Fox 5, Resorts World said in part, "We are committed to doing business with the utmost integrity and in compliance with applicable laws and industry guidelines." To read the full story, you can visit fox5vegas.com.